Did you know that every year you walk past at least 16 murderers in your lifetime? A spine-chilling statement to open our conversation, isn't it? But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This isn't a mere trick to terrify you, but a calculated reality based on some unnerving statistics. Let's break it down. The world we inhabit is vast and brimming with people, each going about their lives, crossing paths with countless others. Think about it. How many people do you think you pass by in a day? 100? 1,000? The number is staggering when you take a moment to consider it. Now let's introduce a darker element to this equation. According to various studies, the average number of murderers in a population is far from zero. In fact, it's estimated that in a city of 1 million people, there could be up to 200 murderers walking amongst us. So, let's do the math. If you live in a city of 1 million and you pass by 1,000 people every day, statistically, you're likely to cross paths with a murderer more often than you'd like to think. Over the course of a year, that number adds up, leading us to the chilling figure of 16 murderers you unknowingly encounter in your lifetime. This is not a figure meant to induce paranoia, but an illustration of the uncanny reality we often overlook. The world is full of mysteries, some fascinating, others downright chilling. It's this blend of terror and intrigue that makes our existence so uniquely thrilling. Quite a chilling thought to start off, don't you think? Hold tight as we count down the top 10 creepy facts that are sure to send shivers down your spine. Prepare to question what you know, and remember, not all that is terrifying is fiction. Sometimes reality is the greatest horror story of all. At number 10, we have the unnerving truth of the silent stalker, the Aedes mosquito. This tiny creature, no bigger than a grain of rice, is responsible for more human deaths than all the wars in history combined. Yes, you heard it right. More than every bullet fired, every bomb dropped, every sword swung. The Aedes mosquito is the deadliest creature on Earth, and it's hiding right in your backyard. How does this minuscule menace achieve such a horrifying feat? It's not the mosquito itself that's deadly, but the diseases it carries. When an Aedes mosquito bites an infected person, it picks up parasites or viruses, which it then passes on to its next victim. This process is called vector transmission, and it's the reason why mosquitoes are such effective spreaders of disease. The list of diseases transmitted by these tiny terrors is lengthy and grim. Dengue fever, Zika virus, yellow fever, and chikungunya are just a few, but the most notorious of them all is malaria. Malaria alone claims hundreds of thousands of lives every year, primarily in sub-Saharan Africa. It's a chilling thought that something so small can cause such widespread devastation. Despite efforts to control these pests, their numbers continue to grow and they continue to adapt. They've become resistant to many of the pesticides we use, and their breeding grounds are often hard to eliminate. Stagnant water, even the smallest amount in a discarded soda can serve as a nursery for hundreds of mosquito larvae. So the next time you swat away a mosquito, remember that it's not just a nuisance, it's a silent stalker, a harbinger of disease. It's not the size of the beast in the fight, but the fight in the beast and the Aedes mosquito, well, it's proven to be quite the formidable foe. So the next time you swat away a mosquito, remember it's not just a nuisance, it's a silent killer. Coming in at number 9, we uncover the invisible enemy, the bacteriophage. Now you might be wondering, what on earth is a bacteriophage? Well, my friends, it's something far more common and far more terrifying than you might imagine. Bacteriophages, or phages for short, are viruses that infect and replicate within bacteria. They're not your typical Hollywood monsters, but they're still quite the nightmare for their bacterial hosts. These microscopic marauders are the unseen threat lurking in every corner of our world. Here's a chilling fact for you. Bacteriophages are the most abundant organisms on Earth. Yes, you heard that right. There are more of these invisible invaders than all other organisms combined. Let that sink in. Every breath you take, every step you make, you're surrounded by these unseen entities. But wait, it gets even scarier. Bacteriophages are not just abundant, they're also incredibly diverse. There are tens of thousands of different types of phages, each with its own unique way of wreaking havoc on bacteria. And because they're so small and so numerous, they're constantly evolving, changing, and adapting. It's like a never-ending horror show at a microscopic level, and yet, despite their terrifying nature, bacteriophages are not all bad. In fact, they play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of life on Earth. By preying on bacteria, they help control bacterial populations and recycle nutrients in the environment. Without them, our world would be a very different place. Still, there's something deeply unsettling about the thought of these invisible predators always present, always watching, always waiting for their next bacterial victim. It's a reminder that even in the quietest corners of our world, there's a constant battle for survival going on that we're completely unaware of. So the next time you're alone in the dark, remember, you're never truly alone. You're sharing your space with countless unseen entities, each with its own story, its own life, its own struggle for survival. Imagine the most abundant life form on Earth is one we can't even see. At number 8, we plunge into the dark depths of the ocean, a realm so mysterious and alien that it could well be another planet. Indeed, it's a startling fact that we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the bottom of our own oceans. We've sent rovers trundling across the Martian landscape, capturing every rock and dust devil in high-resolution detail. Yet the vast majority of our own ocean floor remains an enigma, a vast, unexplored, and potentially terrifying frontier. Just think about that for a moment. Our own planet, the place we call home, harbors an environment so extreme, so inaccessible that it's less understood than a world millions of miles away. An alien landscape right here on Earth. The deep sea is a world of perpetual darkness, crushing pressure, and temperatures that can hover just above freezing. It's a place where sunlight never reaches, and yet life persists. And what life it is! The deep sea is home to some of the most bizarre and terrifying creatures imaginable. There are fish with jaws like bear traps, squids the size of buses, and jellyfish that can envelop a human whole. These are not the creations of a horror writer's fevered imagination, but actual living creatures that exist right beneath our feet. And those are just the ones we know about. The vast majority of the ocean's depths remain unexplored. What other monstrosities might be lurking in the dark, waiting to be discovered? The thought is enough to send a shiver down anyone's spine. Every time we send a submersible down into the abyss, we come back with new species, new discoveries, new nightmares. The ocean isn't just a body of water, it's a repository of secrets, a world of darkness and mystery that we've barely begun to understand. Who knows what horrors lurk in the uncharted abyss? Number 7 takes us to the colorful but deadly world of the poison dart frog. Venture with me into the lush, vibrant heart of Central and South American rainforests, where amid the cacophony of life lurks a creature of lethal beauty, the poison dart frog. Small in size, yet monumental in danger, this tiny amphibian, vibrant as a rainbow, is one of the most poisonous creatures on Earth. Think about it. A creature that could comfortably sit on your fingertip, yet it holds within its skin enough venom to kill 10 grown men. It's a chilling reminder of the paradox of nature, where the most enchanting sights often harbor the deadliest threats. The poison dart frog gets its name from the indigenous tribe's age-old practice of using its poison to tip their blowgun darts. The tribesmen would carefully collect the toxic secretions from the frog's skin, a dangerous task that could mean life or death. The poison, once in the bloodstream, can cause severe pain, muscular paralysis, and eventually heart failure. But what's truly fascinating is how these frogs acquire their venom. Unlike snakes or spiders, they are not born with it. Instead, they derive their deadly cocktail from their diet. This diet consists of ants, beetles, and centipedes that feed on poisonous plants. The frogs then accumulate and concentrate this poison within their skin, creating a lethal defense mechanism against predators. The dart frog is a vivid reminder of the intricate balance of survival in the wild. Its radiant colors serve as a warning to any creature that dares to cross its path. It's a silent yet deadly message. Tread carefully, for I am not what I seem. So, the next time you marvel at the vibrant hues of nature, remember this lethal beauty. Reflect on the deep, dark secrets that lie beneath the surface of our world's most captivating creatures. Remember, not all that glitters is gold. Sometimes it's lethal venom. At number 6, we have a silent invasion occurring right under our noses. This invasion is not from outer space or some secretive government. No, it's much closer than that. It's in your mouth. Consider this. In every human mouth, there are more microorganisms than there are people on Earth. Yes, you heard that right. Your mouth is a bustling metropolis for billions upon billions of bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microscopic life forms. It's an entire ecosystem teeming with life, and it's all happening right inside your mouth. These microorganisms aren't just passengers either, they're active residents playing a crucial role in your oral health. Some of them help break down food, some assist in protecting your teeth and gums, and others can cause bad breath or even diseases if their numbers grow out of control. In fact, the sheer number of these microorganisms is so vast that we're only beginning to understand their impact on our health. Recent research suggests that these tiny life forms may play a role in everything from the strength of our immune system to our susceptibility to certain diseases. But before you get too creeped out, remember this. These microorganisms have been with us since the dawn of our species. They are part of us, just as we are part of them. We've evolved together and our bodies have developed ways to keep their numbers in check. So every time you pick up your toothbrush, remember that you're not just cleaning your teeth, you're also maintaining a delicate balance, a complex ecosystem that's been billions of years in the making. You're not just brushing away food particles and plaque, you're also managing a population of microorganisms, making sure that the helpful ones thrive and the harmful ones are kept in check. Next time you brush your teeth, remember, you're not just cleaning, you're battling an invasion. Coming in at number 5, we face an inescapable reality. Let's take a moment to delve into a fact that may make your skin crawl, quite literally. As we go about our daily lives unbeknownst to us, we carry with us an army of tiny 8-legged creatures. These are not creatures of fantasy or horror films, but real living entities known as demodex mites. These microscopic mites are part and parcel of the human condition, making their homes right on our skin. They are particularly fond of residing in the follicles of our eyelashes, where they live, breed, and die. While it may sound unnerving, it's a fact of life that every single one of us, from newborns to the elderly, host these little critters. Now, don't rush off to scrub your face in panic. These mites are generally harmless and are considered a normal part of our body's ecosystem. They live off the oils and dead skin cells that our bodies naturally produce. In fact, they're so good at their job that most of us will never know they're there. Yet, their presence is undeniable. Scientists estimate that the vast majority of adults have these mites, with the numbers increasing as we age. For some, the thought of harboring these minuscule life forms may seem unsettling, even repulsive. But remember, they're not invaders. They've been with us, a part of us, since the dawn of humanity. So the next time you look in the mirror, remember the hidden world that thrives on your skin. Reflect on the fact that you are a bustling metropolis for millions of these tiny creatures. They are silent, unseen, and ever-present, a testament to the intricate and often mind-boggling complexity of our bodies. In the grand scheme of things, they are a humble reminder of our place in the natural world, a world in which we are both hosts and guests. So embrace this inescapable reality, for you are never truly alone, not with your mite companions. At number 4, we explore our unseen companions, the human microbiome. Let's dive right in. You're never alone, even when you think you're in complete solitude. You are in fact a walking, talking metropolis for trillions of microbes, collectively known as the human microbiome. Yes, you heard it right, trillions. These microscopic inhabitants are not just passive passengers, they play a crucial role in our health and well-being, from aiding in digestion to shaping our immune system. Now here's where things get a bit eerie. Did you know that your body carries around 1.5 kilograms of these bacteria? That's enough to fill a soup can. Imagine that, a whole soup can filled with bacteria. And that's what's inside you right now. Quite an unsettling thought, isn't it? These microbes are so tiny that millions of them could fit on the head of a pin, yet their sheer number is so vast that they outnumber our own human cells. It's estimated that bacterial cells in our body outnumber human cells by about a ratio of 1.3 to 1. This is where it gets even more fascinating. These bacteria aren't just living within us, they are part of us. They influence our moods, control our cravings, and can even modify our genes. In essence, they are major players in the grand symphony of our existence. We are more than just human. We are a complex ecosystem, a tangled web of human and microbial cells intricately woven together. It's a delicate balance, a dance of life that has been evolving since the dawn of our species. It's a beautifully complex relationship, yet it can feel a bit uncanny knowing we're never truly alone. Our bodies are bustling cities for these unseen companions, these tiny architects of our existence. We are more bacteria than human in terms of cell count, a humbling and somewhat creepy realization. Number 3 takes us to the skies where danger might be lurking. You see, the very air we breathe on a plane can harbor unseen threats. It's not just the turbulence or the thought of being thousands of feet off the ground that might unsettle you. There's a more insidious risk, one that can't be seen with the naked eye and that doesn't make a sound. It's the invisible army of germs that hitch a ride with us every time we fly. Imagine, if you will, the vast variety of germs that a single plane can carry. We're talking about up to 200 different kinds. It's like a veritable United Nations of microbes up there, representing a broad spectrum from the common cold to more serious diseases. Every sneeze, every cough, every touch on the overhead bin, armrest, or tray table could be leaving behind a microscopic calling card. And it's not just the person seated next to you that you have to worry about. The germs from the previous flight or the flight before that could still be hanging around, waiting for their next unsuspecting host. Now, this doesn't mean that every flight is a surefire ticket to Germville. Airlines are well aware of these microbial stowaways and have measures in place to minimize the risk. But it's a reminder that the world is teeming with microscopic life, some of which can pose a threat to our health. So the next time you buckle up and prepare for takeoff, remember this: you're not just sharing your flight with the other passengers, you're also sharing it with a microscopic menagerie, a silent, unseen multitude that has booked a seat on the same journey. Flying might just be a little scarier than you thought. And finally, at number 1, the ultimate creepy fact. Let's delve into the world of decomposition and the curious cycle of life and death. It's a process that is as natural as it is inevitable, and it carries with it a certain morbid fascination. We're talking about what happens to the body after death, a process that starts sooner than you might think. Within the first 3 days after death, something rather unsettling begins to happen. The enzymes that were once responsible for breaking down your dinner, for turning that delicious meal into the energy that powered your every move, they start to turn on you. Yes, you heard that right. The digestive enzymes, the silent workers that kept you going, start to eat you from the inside out. These enzymes, which were once your allies, start to break down the cells in your body. It's a process known as autolysis, a self-digestion that reduces the once vibrant and complex human body to a simpler form. This transformation is a stark reminder of our mortality and the transience of life. It's a creepy fact, isn't it? That the very mechanisms that once sustained us, that kept us alive and functioning, eventually become the agents of our decomposition. It's a grimly poetic twist of fate, a chilling testament to the cyclical nature of existence. But let's not forget that this decomposition is also a crucial part of the circle of life. It's through this process that nutrients are returned to the earth, feeding the soil and fostering new growth. It's a somber thought, but also a reminder of our connection to the world around us, of the continuous cycle of life, death, and rebirth. So, there you have it, the ultimate creepy fact. The body's own enzymes, once the facilitators of life, become the harbingers of decay. It's a disquieting thought, one that underscores the impermanence of our existence, the fleeting nature of life, and the inevitability of death. In the end, we are consumed by what once sustained us, a chilling thought to end our countdown. So there you have it, a countdown of the top 10 creepy facts. We began our journey with the silent stalker, an entity that lurks in the shadows, watching and waiting, proving that sometimes our fears aren't merely figments of our imagination. Then we delved into the realm of the unseen threat, a chilling reminder that not all dangers are visible to the naked eye, and that the most terrifying things can often be those we can't see. We then plunged into the dark depths, where we confronted the mysteries and horrors lurking beneath the surface of our oceans, and the lethal beauty, a stark reminder that danger often comes in the most stunning packages. Our exploration brought us to the silent invasion, a tale of the unseen invaders that silently infiltrate our lives, and the inescapable reality, a fact that forces us to confront the inevitability of our own mortality and the fragility of our existence. We then discovered the unseen companion, a reminder of the unseen entities that accompany us throughout our lives, and the deadly air, a chilling revelation about the dangers lurking within the very air we breathe. Finally, we arrived at the ultimate creepy fact, the icing on the cake of our chilling countdown, a fact so horrifying and mind-boggling that it leaves us questioning our very understanding of the world. Each fact, in its own right, is a testament to the chilling, unnerving, and sometimes downright terrifying aspects of our world. They serve as a reminder that reality can often be scarier than fiction, and that the world is a place filled with mysteries, some of which are best left unsolved. So, as we conclude our journey through these creepy facts, let's remember that while the world is indeed a place of beauty and wonder, it also harbors its fair share of horrors and mysteries. Remember, the world is full of wonders, but not all of them are comforting. Stay curious and keep exploring.